Whenever you are ready to begin.
All right, should we get to go?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank everyone for taking the time out of their day to be here this morning to listen to our project proposal here. So to introduce our team name is Executive Authority Consulting. My name is Justin Jabora.
My name is Tommy Lee.
Manasi Puranik.
And Oscar Golubowski.
Perfect. And our project proposal for this is the 2016 YWCA Gala Dinner there. Before we start this presentation, I'm going to be going over a quick agenda here. So during this, we'll be talking a little bit about IME, about YWCA, and why this partnership is a great fit there. Manny will be talking about the 5 W's of the event, and that's the who, what, why, when, and where of the event. Tommy will be taking over and talking about the keynote speaker candidates, some of the speakers that we have lined up, and also some of the sponsorship details that we have proposed for sponsorships for this event there. Oscar will be taking over from then on in, talking about the financials, talking about how this project proposal is going to be making some money towards your organization, and also the benefits of choosing this gala dinner there. Finally, I'm going to be wrapping it up with a brief conclusion there. So to go on, just a little introduction. We've actually created a slogan. It's from the classroom to the business world to success. And this actually talks about IME's partnership with YWCA and how we feel that our organization can actually benefit your organization and work closely with your organization. I know you guys are a great opportunity and a great chance to actually help out with our business world success there and actually making sure that your business gains exposure throughout this event and making sure that you're providing a shelter for women everywhere there. So we as an IME class and as IME students are actually looking forward to using our business different degrees and actually going all the way from international to HR to finance to making sure that this project proposal actually works towards your organization and gains exposure towards your organization there. We'll be passing on to Manny, who will be talking to you about the 5 W's of our event.
Okay, so what exactly are we trying to accomplish here? Well, it is a gala dinner with a speaker, a keynote speaker, and also a silent auction component. That's what we are proposing here. Our target market would be students and the community because the topic that the keynote speaker would be talking about is fairly universal. And so we believe that as much as students here would benefit at U of L and other students outside of U of L, I think some of the community individuals would also benefit from the topic at hand. We propose that this be done on March 31st, just because it gives us enough time to prepare for an event of this scale. 2 months would be the minimum we would need to implement this successfully. Also, we hope to do this at Market Hall because, number one, it's closest to the student community, which is our primary target, and also because since we are students, we have a better chance at getting the student discounts, renting the Market Hall as the venue. Finally, why do we propose that this is a great idea? Well, we have many stakeholders, and according to what we've come up with, we think that it would benefit all our stakeholders. So in terms of the attendees, they would benefit from the networking opportunities and the business training that would be imparted during the event. This would also benefit the YWCA in raising money and awareness about their organization. Essentially, you're spreading your word outside of the south side, the community that you're dealing with down there. It spreads the word within the student community. It also raises their awareness as to what opportunities outside of for-profit organizations are available. Then the speaker who is a volunteer benefits by gaining exposure, just because there are a lot of events happening on U of L campus, and they are always looking for speakers. The speaker will have the opportunity to get noticed and can be chosen the next time around. In terms of the sponsor, well, they gain visibility, and they also, within the student community, and they also have an opportunity to interact with students. So should they be looking for potential candidates for future co-op jobs or other opportunities, they have that leverage that they know where to go and who to speak to. Overall, it's a win-win solution for all our stakeholders. And I'll now pass it on to Tommy to talk about the details of the sponsorship.
All right, thank you very much, Manasi. So some keynote speakers we've looked into, one of them is Renee Barlow from TechConnect. Renee Barlow is the vice president of TechConnect. And if you guys aren't familiar with TechConnect, it's basically an organization, a business that's aimed at helping new startup companies, startup businesses grow and develop. They basically offer entrepreneur support for those businesses. So other ones we can look at is business coaches and consultants. One we recently had for our class, the Data Prep Networking workshop for our class last week was Greg Stonebecker from Action Coach. Action Coach is the world's #1 business consulting firm in the world. And if Greg Stonebecker can give a networking presentation at the gala dinner, this would be very beneficial for students because they can literally apply what they learned at the networking workshop at the gala dinner. Moving on, we can look at people from the PDP program, and we can also look at the U of L professionals, including Robert Baudreau from the Faculty of Management Dean, and even Mike Medor, our IME director. As you guys can see, we have 4 tiers, 4 levels of sponsorship. Starting with bronze, you get one ticket to the gala dinner, and you'll also be featured on social media platforms. Moving on to silver, in addition to what you get from bronze, you get 1 additional ticket, so that brings it to 2 gala dinner tickets, and also some more advertising opportunities. So basically, your company name will be featured on posters and presentation screens during our event. Moving on to gold at 1,000, you get 4 tickets to the gala dinner, and basically your logo will be on all promotional materials, tables, and presentation screens. Our highest tier, which is our diamond tier, basically you're the main supporter of our event. You get a 10-minute presentation at the gala dinner, and major advertising opportunities. So basically you'll be featured on radio advertisements, and you also get 1 table at the gala dinner. Pass this presentation on over to Oscar, who's going to be talking about financials.
Alright, so as you guys can see, we've broken down into revenues and expenses. Our first 4 revenues are our sponsorships, which with the amounts right beside them. And then we are also doing a silent auction, which would be a small part of it. We're aiming to get around $250, $300 from that. And then added on to that is the tickets for everybody else other than sponsors. With $3,000, and that'll bring our revenue up to $17,000. And then our expected expenses, venue, since it's in Markham, we're going to take advantage of our student discount, so that won't actually cost us. Our biggest cost will be our catering for all 100 of our guests. And then marketing, we've actually gone through this in radio marketing and TV screens inside the university, and that actually won't cost us anything. We did put a miscellaneous fee just in case if anything were to come up or anything unexpected, but $1,000, so that would be about a $4,000 expense, and hopefully we can raise about $3,000 altogether, or $13,000, sorry. The benefits of choosing gala dinner: it is a formal event, which with a keynote speaker, which will probably draw attention from a couple different groups. It does appeal to business professionals and to students, especially students about to graduate. They can get out, network with potential suitors for employment. It is an RSVP event. We'll have an approximation of who's coming, who's not. And overall and ultimately, it'll increase exposure to the YWCA, especially to Harbor House, which is the whole point of the project that we are conducting. And then I'll pass it over to Justin to conclude our presentation.
Perfect. Thank you, Oscar. So I just wanted to thank everyone for taking the time to listen to our event proposal here. And we look forward to partnering with the YWCA, making sure that this event increases the exposure for the YWCA and gets those funds that are necessary for your operations there. We'd like to thank everyone coming today, and we'd like to open up the floor if there's any questions about our project proposal there.
Thank you. Give you 6 minutes. So anything from the floor, starting now?
We'll start here and go later on.
I know there's a couple events that happen right around the date that you're advising that we do it. So when do you want to start selling tickets to compete with those? Like MSS Year and Gala is $35, happens April 1st. So.
And so for that one, we're hoping to sell tickets through the month of March. So what our concentration would be is that towards the rest of February, it would be going out, getting business sponsorships. As you could see from the financials, business sponsorships was a large part of the funds being raised. And then during the month of March is going through the social media and trying to raise funds that work. And that would come in the form of going towards students directly and also having a table set up through marketing and through different universities. Do we have questions?
So you're just marketing within the university? That's all of your marketing?
No, we're also going just around businesses to get sponsorships, not just around the university. Yeah.
Are you using the campus radio, or are you using external radio stations as well?
External radio stations as well, so like Virgin Beat. We can also use the campus as well, because that's free to us.
So we've targeted key kind of radio stations. So I know like Country 95, B93, a few of those, and that's what Oscar had mentioned with the marketing expenses being down to zero, is when it turns actually towards a community service event or a fundraising event. A lot of those radio stations don't actually charge for that one. They put it within that one there. So also hoping to target that so we can get our kind of outreach to the community a little bit bigger there.
I'm just a little bit concerned. Like MSS's gala is $35, and you're targeting students at $40. That seems like it might be a bit too much. And even with the businesses, $2,500. That's quite a lot of money right now for a Lethbridge business. Is that too high for your cost?
The 2,500, I believe, that's the diamond sponsor, so that's the one big sponsor, but the rest of the sponsorships are multiplied by the number. So I think that should be, we should be able to, of all the businesses that are available, we should be able to find one big one, and then the rest of them are the smaller ones. In terms of the ticket pricing, I think that it's a $5 difference. We don't want to disadvantage the MSS if the date can be moved a little bit, but we would need a minimum amount of time to do that, and 40 should be okay. We believe anyway.
Great.
Have you guys quoted actual radio prices for advertising with Lethbridge stations outside of the university? Just because I didn't see it in your financials, and
have you talked to them personally?
Radio advertising is usually over $1,000 minimum, just so you guys know.
Yeah, so this one we ran through is just through Headshave again. Just with community service, we've talked to them already, and a lot of them have said as long as it's a non-for-profit event and it's a sponsoring event, they'll actually include it in their mention. So it won't be a full radio advertisement, but it'll say like community events happening this week or happening next week will be the 2016 YWCA Gala Dinner there. So it should be costing $0 on that one there. And that was the plan, is not to do a full-on radio advertisement, but to have it within the community service section. And I think one of the reasons for that is to try to keep those expenses down, right, in order to gain as much profit as possible there.
I'm just curious, isn't one of the YWCA's main fundraisers already a gala event, the Royal Gala, I believe you guys call it? So my question for you guys is, given that we are looking at another fundraiser for the YWCA, how are you conveying to potential sponsors that A, this is a different event, and B, what is your pitch and your differentiation to convince them to contribute to a second YWCA event?
Well, it is a student-focused event, so I guess the target market is what differentiates the two. There are many gala events happening in Lethbridge, other than the YWCA ones, so I don't think the duplication of an event is such a big issue. I think a different target market, you're reaching a different audience, the word is spreading, and businesses that are interested in targeting students would be interested in sponsoring this one as opposed to, so there won't be any sponsorship conflict either. Thank you.
I can't quite remember, but did you guys mention catering and caterers?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys have like a tentative list of potential caterers?
Yep, so there are a few, I know when you do hold it at the University of Lethbridge, there are a few sponsors that we have to go through. Probably one of our main sponsors that we're looking at is LA Chefs, and how do you see from the financials there? It's roughly about $30 per plate is the quote we've gotten, so that's where we figured out the $3,000 is with 100 seats there, $30 a plate equals $3,000 of expense there. And then also had Austin mentioned it's an RSV event, so we're not paying for 100 plates if only 80 people are able to make it to the event. We're only paying for 80 plates, so this is actually going to help reduce our costs and making sure that there's no wasted revenue throughout this event there.
But it's $38 per plate, right?
$30.
Oh, $30 per plate, okay.
What would you need from the rest of the class in preparing for the event?
So one of the things that we were thinking of actually doing in order for the class to work with this, and this is where I'd mentioned that we went all the way from international to HR to accounting, and in each one of these organizations there's different events we'd have. So we'd be actually looking at students that were interested in the marketing side of this or the HR side of this to be working with the people side. Those that are interested in more of the receipts or contacting caterers like the accountants and here the financials to be working with stuff like that. So we'd hope to divide the class more by their specialty than continue on with the group. So everyone kind of has that chance to gain that real world or business world success there.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for your time.